resignation of Harvard President Claudine Gay following the discovery of instances of plagiarism has sparked major outrage in the left-leaning media and a bizarre sort of instinctive desire to defend her.
There are real questions about whether or not she did plagiarize, or there may just be citation problems.
They are, at worst, instances of inadequate citation, but they are not what the word plagiarism makes you think of.
I have not seen any evidence that Claudine Gay was guilty of true plagiarism.
True plagiarism, right. Claudine Gay has already been forced to correct several of her works. There have suspected 50 or so, several of which involved lifting multiple paragraphs. Look, I didn't think she should be fired over her testimony, right? I said that publicly. But it's odd that the media just feels this need to defend her. Pete Dominick, do you defend her?
Absolutely.
You think she's being treated unfairly and it's because of race?
How could it ever not be the case, given the evidence stated in the Wall Street Journal and other places by the people who did it? Christopher Rufo has been behind these
Right, but who cares
campaigns.
who's behind it?
Because he's a racist.
It doesn't matter.
Because
is the evidence there or it's not?
Yes, and here's how you know. Because why aren't we seeing tons of white men, including Judge Gorsuch and other university presidents, being...
What do you mean? The head of the University of Pennsylvania's out.
Not because of plagiarism.
No, she's out of because...
If you plagiarize, let's just have it be one standard. Let's go after all the white men who do it. There's nothing easier than taking down a powerful, influential black woman in American society. No one will stand up for them, and that's why it's so easy.
There's a lot of people
they're attacking public education.
Because they can defend that. This was the perfect setup for Harvard to dismiss her, not because of plagiarism. This was their insurance policy. They had to limit the criticism from the anti-Semitic rhetoric that was allowed to develop on the Harvard campus. This was a way to get it off. She looks like the victim, and Harvard's allowed to continue to move on.
You know, Chris, it seems the Harvard definition of plagiarism is defined as the act of intentionally or unintentionally submitting work that was written by somebody else.
I mean, well, the unintentionally part gets, right, like there's no, that feels like there's no way around.
Right.
And I do think you are trying to slice the onion too thin to say, well, it was an issue of citations. And look, I always say this in my own work. I've written a lot. I wrote 586 things in the last 300 days. I know when it's my thing and when it's not my thing. I'm cutting and pasting. I'm moving things around. I'm doing all that stuff. I don't think, yes, it might have been boilerplate language. I get it, but it's still language.
But
and the other point I want to just real quick.
We got to wrap it up, yeah.
I just want to, when you are the president of Harvard, you are primarily a fundraiser and a public face. If you lose the ability to do either of those things well, be a public face or raise money...
We would not have been talking about this without her demonstration and testimony in front of Congress.
That's true.
She would be there right now
if she was a
white man who plagiarized the same way.
Scottie Nell Hughes.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.